Hey friends and family, today we are going to make peach bread pudding with Amsterdam glaze on it. So we're going to start by saying we're going to add in about 2 pounds of these peaches, and then we're going to let them not be wet. So we're going to drain the peaches, but this is enough to make a smaller container of peach cobbler too, so we're going to do both of them. But you guys already have the peach cobbler recipe in here, so we're going to adjust it for our people on TikTok. We're going to have 2 cups of evaporated milk, 5 eggs, 1 stick of butter. We're going to have some ground cinnamon, some ground allspice, and we're going to use French bread today. So I will break the bread up. You don't have to use French bread. You can use any bread. Okay, guys, I did 3 cups of peaches here, and I drained the juice off of them as much as I could. And here's the French bread that I'm going to use. Now, I will tell you this. With this bread pudding, you can use any kind of bread you like. I like the French bread personally because when it cooks in the oven, it kind of rises up where it gives you like crunchy edges. So that's why I chose to use that. And what I do is I just break this up. 1 second. I break all of this, just one of them. I break it up and I just put pieces in here, piece by piece by piece. And then I make the custard. The custard, I use eggs, evaporated milk, butter, and 2 cups of sugar. I use 2 cups of evaporated milk, and I use cinnamon and allspice as well. And then when I make my glaze, I use Peach Amsterdam, and I use powdered sugar and a little bit of butter. Not a whole lot of butter, but just a little bit for the flavor. So you see how this, guys, is coming out where you just break this up? And once I get finished breaking it up and then putting the peaches where I want, I'll come right back.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So here we go. We're going to start placing the peaches in here. Because once the custard gets in here, it's going to go all over. It's just going to drain all over. So you basically just place some peaches in little spots in here so that you can get peaches with all of it. That's why we did 3 cups. So it'll be peaches everywhere. You can use a little bit of the juice, but not really, because the peaches will do what it needs to do. You basically just want the peaches for this because you don't want the juice to take away from the custard. So basically you're just putting peaches everywhere, like I said. Put them in the corners as well so you'll have it. With the 3 cups, it should give you enough for half a pan.
And we got 11 people in here.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I certainly appreciate you all over on TikTok. You guys are so awesome to me. I really appreciate you. Once I get finished here, I can look to see who's in here. But I took the whole 3 cups. So,
Mr. Kojo.
hey, Kojo. So we got our 5 eggs. We're going to put those in there. Blair?
Yes, she's.
I need you to be over here. You need to be close to it, honey.
Somebody said you need a tripod.
Tripod, yeah, I do. I actually went to order one and forgot and left it in my bag in the basket. And when I went back to go get it, it was gone. They were out. So for the one that I wanted.
Where's that? What is that?
At Walmart.
What is it?
The thing that holds the phones up.
I'll be liking holding up.
I know, guys. These kids like to do this part of it, so it's a twofold with that. And I cannot believe I just did that. I feel like stirring it. But anyway, I was supposed to be putting my mixing bowl over to the side. My measuring cup. So we need 2 cups with this. And it's not quite 2 cups with one of these. So I'm going to do a second one. So we have enough here. And I like using evaporated milk because it makes a better custard than regular milk.
We are making bread pudding.
We're making peach bread pudding with
Peach cobbler.
we're making a peach cobbler, but we're also making a peach bread pudding with Amsterdam glaze on it. So we're going to take these 5 eggs and we're going to whisk them real good. Make sure they're all beat together. And then you pour in the milk a little at a time. Mix, mix. You can almost smell it. It smells like a custard already. I have 2 cups of sugar already pre-measured here. My cinnamon. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to do a 1/2 tablespoon of cinnamon for this.
Yeah, guys, we had a whole GoPro, but the GoPro wasn't working right.
Yeah, spent all that money on nothing because it didn't. It made everything look like circles, and it was like, what did she spend? Almost $1,000 on that thing.
It was $1,000 because we had the backpack and everything.
Okay, and we're going to use the 1 tablespoon of vanilla for this. I'll just put those back together.
Thank you so much for the fire.
Thank you for the gifts, guys. So we're going to mix all of this up, and this is what we're going to pour over our peaches, and this is what's going to make it swell up for us.
And this is going to be good.
We're going to pour this over our peaches, and then I'll make the glaze once I get the peach cobbler going.
And for me with that, oh, thank you for the gifts.
Thank you, everybody. So this is the color and consistency that you're looking for, guys. It's a custard.
Yo,
and we're gonna just pour this over. Pour it over. You down here where I'm at? Okay.
I'm just trying to not get this stuff on the phone.
You make sure you get it over most of the bread because the bread is going to rise. Some of the pieces aren't going to get completely covered. And those are the pieces that's going to be crunchy for you. And that's how I like mine. That's why I said the French bread. French bread is not required, but I have been making this since I was a kid. My grandmother used to make it with me. And she would make it out of biscuits, extra bread, anything we had around the kitchen. Anything we had leftover bread, hot dog buns, whatever. You can use any kind of bread you want to. This is just what I prefer because I've tried different kind of breads. And when it came down to it, this is what I like. You're going to stick it in the oven, uncovered, for about an hour. On 350 degrees. It's a very simple, very simple recipe, guys. Very simple. And when you take it out, I'm going to show you how to make the glaze. And then all you do is let it cool for a second. And then put the glaze on it. And the glaze, oh, almost forgot the butter, guys. I'm running off at the mouth here. I would have been pulling it out of the oven.
Everybody in here is new to me except Mr. Kojo and Mr. Solo.
Okay, guys. So, did Mr. C come over?
I really don't know.
Okay, so we're just going to put the butter in different spots in here. I could have melted it, which is usually I have done both ways, but since I forgot to melt it, I'm just going to put it over here and let it melt on its own.
Guess who came? Mr. Derek.
Hey, Derek. I'm glad everybody's in here. I love all of my followers and friends and family that's in here. I appreciate you all.
It keep going from 12 to 11, then back to 12, and it's like a whole bunch of people stopping in.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. And I'm going to make sure to put butter in each of my corners because the corners are my favorite spots because they like hold most of everything. So make sure you get butter in your corners, guys. Now we're gonna stick it in the oven.
Here.
Guys, we got 1 stick of butter and 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. I'm gonna mix those and I'll be back. Hey guys, I just got finished mixing the sorry about that. I just got finished mixing the frosting. It's a frosting here, but I'm gonna stick it in the microwave for a couple seconds to make it a glaze. I mixed 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, and I mixed a little less than 1/4 of a cup of Peach Amsterdam, and I used a tablespoon of the peach juice. Okay guys, I took the frosting and I put it in the oven for 30 seconds. So I'm gonna stir it up and then I'm gonna pour it over the peach bread pudding. Take the glaze and pour it. I put it in the cups. I just did it so it would be easier to pour over it, and it's gonna melt down some because it's still hot. Hey guys, this is the bread pudding with Peach Amsterdam glaze on top. The glaze is more of an icing than a glaze, but just to give you an idea, we did 1 stick of butter. We didn't need the whole 2.5 sticks of 2.5 cups of sugar, and we did almost 1/4 of cup of the Amsterdam liquor. But long story short, we did a tablespoon of the peach juice. And here we are. I'm going to show you what it looks like plated up. Go ahead, I'm going to taste it. Chris had a piece of the crunchy part. You like the soft part too?
I'm gonna taste that. Yeah, I like both. Just 2 thumbs up. I love it.
All right, big boy.